Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Selling one's chametz in the correct time zone. Baruch Hashem, today Klal Yisrael is accustomed that before Pesach, in addition to all the other cleaning of chametz preparations that is done, cleaning the chametz, checking for chametz, burning the chametz, we also sell our chametz. Some people do this just as an extra precaution and they don't actually leave any chametz at home, while others use this sale to allow leaving actual chametz in their residence throughout Pesach. What we will discuss here is a issue that unfortunately many are not aware of, especially in today's day and age where a person can perform mechiras chametz in various channels, whether through the phone or a fax or an email or going online to a website and simply signing up, and they are unaware of the idea and obligation that mechiras chametz must be done through a rav that is selling the chametz and selling your chametz in the correct time zone. Being that there are rabbanim throughout the globe that perform mechiras chametz and offer the public to join their mechira, it's possible for you to sell your chametz through a different time zone. And this can cause a serious potential issue that in truth your chametz is not sold. So for example, if one is living in Eretz Yisrael and performs a mechiras chametz through Chabad.org or any other website through a rav that will be selling the chametz in America, then since the United States takes in Pesach and the Isser of eating and owning chametz 6 to 7 hours later than Israel, when the time of prohibition arrives in Israel, the chametz has not yet been sold in America. And at that moment, the owner of the chametz in Israel transgresses a biblical prohibition of owning chametz if they left any chametz over, and it must be destroyed. Now, what about selling it through a rav who's doing his sale in an earlier time zone, such as, once again, our Israeli resident selling his chametz through a rav in Australia? So technically, this is not an issue of invalidation of the sale, being that the sale is simply being preceded 9 hours earlier than in Israel. By the time of prohibition in Israel arrives, it was already sold 9 hours earlier through the representative rav in Australia. Nonetheless, it's improper to do so and to sell the chametz to an earlier time zone, because how can you continue eating chametz if it was already sold to the guy? It's not yours. And therefore it's proper for everybody to be aware to sell their chametz through a rav that is selling it in their time zone, in their area of zmanim, that their 5th hour of the day is the same as that rav's 5th hour of the day in Erev Pesach. This is especially important if you're calling a rav to sell your chametz that's out of the city, or you're selling your chametz through the internet. Make sure and verify that the sale will be done in your time zone. And it's likewise important for rabbanim who perform mechiras chametz or who have been appointed by the Beis Din to sign people onto the shtar harsha, that they discuss with them and make sure that any address written on the shtar harsha, which is in a later, earlier time zone, they should discuss with them to change this and not chas v'shalom cause them to transgress the prohibition of owning chametz because they sold it through a later time zone. Regarding a person who is traveling from one time zone to another before Pesach, this issue is debated amongst the poskim. We dedicated a previous lesson on this topic regarding which area, which time zone should the chametz be sold in, the earlier time zone or the later time zone. And practically the conclusion there was, as the Rebbe himself seemed to hold, that it should be sold through whatever is the earlier time zone. For further discussion on this issue, see our previous audio on this subject.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.